Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you guys have installed Atom and Git Bash. So let's start this course by creating a virtual environment for our project. Basically, we create a virtual environment because we want to develop our application inside a dedicated space in our system, right? So it's like a special space for our application. Whatever we do in the project, we will be doing inside this virtual environment. So what happens if we don't create virtual environment? That's the big question, right? If we don't create a virtual environment, then the first thing we are going to mess up is that with the list of packages that are installed in our global scope of our computer. So what I mean by global scope is that we as a Python developer, we every day learn or install many Python packages, right? So those packages will come into contact with what we are doing here in this application. So it will be a mess, right? So we don't want to mess anything. We want to keep our Django application in a separate place. That's the reason we create virtual environment. Don't worry if you did not understand this theory part. I will show you exactly what it is in a minute. Okay, so first of all, we will create a folder for our Django application. Okay, let's just create a new folder here on the desktop. You can create anywhere you want, but I just want to go with the desktop. Here let me rename it as a great cart. Okay, so any name you can give, but in this project I'm going to give it a great cart. What it is, confirm folder, replace. Okay, wait, let me just rename it as there should be something else here. Okay, so this is actually the HTML template. I will give that to you in the next video, but for now let's create a great cart folder. All right, so now in this folder we are going to create our application. Okay, so in here what we will do is just right click and open this git bash here. Okay, so when you do this, you will be inside this desktop and great cart folder. All right, so here we have to install virtual environment. So it is not too difficult, but let me show you. Let me take you to the browser here. So here just go to your Google and say install virtual environment for Python. So you get this result, installing packages using pip and virtual environment. So just scroll down from here, and here you can see installing virtual environment. Actually you don't have to install it separately because Python 3.5 and up it already comes with the virtual environment. So you just have to create a virtual environment and then activate it. Okay, so here this one we can skip. Okay, and the next thing is this one, creating a virtual environment. And for the Mac OS and Linux, this is how we create virtual environment, and for the Windows also it is same, but the activating virtual environment is a little bit different. Okay, so for now the git bash users just go ahead to the git bash and say python -m venv means virtual environment, then this env. Okay, this env is the name of your virtual environment, so it can be any name you wish, but for me I think env is best suited. All right, so I want to go with this env. Just hit enter. Alright, so now the virtual environment is created. So let me go to this great cart, and here you can see we have env folder here. Okay, it has include, lib, scripts, and the activate and all the stuff. Just to go back to this folder, and from here what we will do here is we need to activate it. Okay, so what we just did is we created a virtual environment, but we are still outside of virtual environment. Got it? So what we need to do is we need to enter inside this virtual environment. So this is how we do that. You just have to type in source. Okay, so this is for the git bash users. Okay, so for the Mac users I will show you this in a minute. So let's first say env slash scripts slash activate. So by this command what we are doing here is we are first entering into this env folder here, this one, and then we are entering into this scripts folder, and so then we are activating it from here. So just hit enter. Alright, so as you can see we are inside a virtual environment now. Okay, so this means we are inside the virtual environment, and if you want to get out of the virtual environment, just say deactivate. Okay, so now you can see there is no env like this. Okay, so this is just plain, so that means we are not inside a virtual environment. Okay, so to get back to the virtual environment, just hit enter. So when you run this command, you are into the virtual environment. Alright, so let me show you one more thing here. So what did I mean by this global scope of the system? Okay, so first let me deactivate, I mean just let me get out of the virtual environment. So here I'm not inside the virtual environment now, right? So I want to see the list of packages that are installed in our global system, like the whole system. Got it? So what I'll do is pip space freeze. Okay, and I can see all the list of packages that are installed in our application. The computer is here. So it is obvious that we don't need all these all these packages for our Django application, right? So that's why we created a virtual environment. So let's go to the virtual environment now. Source space env slash scripts slash activate. Make sure you are writing this S as capital. Okay, and hit enter. Alright, now I'm inside the virtual environment. Let me pip freeze from here. Now you can see there is no packages installed in this virtual environment. That means it is a fresh environment, right? So in this fresh environment we are going to create a application, right? So that's why we create a virtual environment. So this is the best way of creating any Django application, or I can say any Python application. So the next thing is I want to show you guys how to activate it for the Mac users, right? I don't have a Mac, but I can just say from here you guys have to just say source env bin and activate. It will get activated. Okay, so let me go back to the git bash here. I think that's it for now. So in the next lecture we will create a Django project. Okay,